a video lesson. Let's see. Hmm? I try to record with your class, but sometimes I forget, and so I have to record with my 6th period, but I try to record anything that I am teaching. So I'm not going to record while you guys are quizzing, but I try to record anytime that I'm teaching. So if you're ever absent, then you can watch the lesson and fill out the worksheet. Makes it easy. That's how I'm going to be YouTube famous, you know, with all my math videos. All right, so we're going to start on our practice worksheet, and you guys have a calculator. You'll be able to use the same calculator on the quiz. And so going through here, the first question, this is where we have something verbal. And I will also tell you, look at the format of this practice worksheet. There's 6 questions on the front, and then on the back, there's 10 questions, and then there's one at the bottom. This is basically the quiz. I just took and I deleted all the multiple choice part. So usually students figure out pretty early on in the year that, like with the practice worksheet, if you just do the practice worksheet, you should be able to ace the quiz. So it's the same stuff. Yes, it is a practice for the quiz. Hello. Grab the purple practice worksheet, and if you want to go switch your phone on the back wall for a calculator, let's see. Ashton, right? Okay, you're good. The first one says 5 times a number divided by 2 equals 4. So we have 5 times. So times, that means multiply, right? So times means multiply. Divided by, well, that's division, and then equal sign. So we pretty much just go through left to right, and we're going to jot this down. So it says that we have 5 times a number. A number could be anything. It could be n, it could be x, it could be y. It's just a number. So 5 times a number, we could call that 5n. And then it says divided by 2 equals 4. 5 times a number equals 4. On the quiz, you're going to be going the other direction. On the quiz, I'm going to be giving you the math part. I'm going to be giving you this part, and you have to find which one matches. So just read each one carefully and make sure that it matches. Question number 2. It says, if P is equal to 2 times A plus B, then B equals. That's just a fancy way of saying, for this problem, just make it B equals. We're going to make it B equals. So right now, when we look at it, it's P equals. So all we want to do is rearrange it so that it is B equals. So if we want B by itself, we need to get rid of everything else that's over there. So first thing that we can do, instead of distributing, because then it adds something to the B, what if we just divide by 2 first? Because our goal is to get everything away from the B. So our first step, we could divide by 2. Now, if we want B all by itself, what do we need to do? Yeah, B isn't by itself because I have an A over there. Well, what if I just put the A on the other side? If I want to bring the A to the other side, I need to subtract A. There's no other A's, so it's not like I can put it with something. So I get P over 2 minus A equals B. So I have B equals now. Yeah. That's it. I'm not solving for anything. All I'm doing is rewriting. Fantastic. You will have pretty much this exact question on your quiz, and it is multiple choice. Please pick the right one. Go through and make sure that you are dividing first and then subtracting. Any questions are on 1 and 2? All right. Oh, what did I do? I didn't mean to. I think it is still recording. Still recording. I stopped screen sharing. Okay. On the next one, question number 3. This isn't really fractions, but we've been doing this over and over again on the warm-ups. And so TSI is coming. So this is a question that's like TSI. So to do this one, we want to get in equals. To get in equals, we're first going to have to do the addition subtraction. So we need to subtract 7. Yep, so we got -7 plus 4 or -3. And then how do we unsquare root something? Square it. So I'm going to square this side and I'm going to square this side. And that will get rid of my square root. What is -3 times -3? 9. Not -9, it's +9. And if you're not sure, I'm pretty sure that you could type that into your calculator, but mainly if it's a negative times a negative, it will be a positive. The next question, these are ones that we've been doing for the last 2 class periods where we can reduce first if we can, and then we can multiply straight across. So I've got a little bit more stuff here. It's a little busier because there's more variables, but I can definitely start with the numbers. When I look at the numbers, there's a 3 and a 6. Those could reduce. And guess what? They both have an A. So the A is going to disappear. So the A is going to completely go away. And then the 3 and the 6, that can reduce because 3 goes into 6 2 times. And then what about this direction? Yeah, that reduces 2. The 2 can go into the 4 2 times. And I noticed that there is a B squared and a B. So one of those B's will cancel. Hello? Hello? Hey. Avery has not shown up yet. Nope. Is he supposed to be with you? Okay, if he shows up, I will send him down. Bye. All right, and one of the B's cancels, so I'm left with 2B on the top and just 1 down here. All right. So now I can just multiply straight across. I get 1 times 2B or 2B on the top, and then 1 times 2 on the bottom. Huh. What happens when you have something over itself? You type it in your calculator. What's 2 divided by 2? 1. So I can actually reduce again. So my answer is just B. Yeah. And the reason is I could have actually reduced again here because there's a 2 and a 2. So it could have reduced again. Yeah, I could have reduced again. So it's okay if all your fractions disappear. That works too. Just B. So don't freak out if you're doing one of the questions on the quiz and it turns out to just a variable. The next one, again, this is a fancy way of saying solve for X. That's all it's saying, solve for X. And we've been doing problems like this. What's my first step? Yeah, good job. I need to subtract 3. 11, 10, 9, 8. And then I got one more step. Yeah, I'm multiplying by 9, so I need to divide by 9. Does 8 over 9 reduce? Do not freak out when you get fractions as answers on the quiz. We've been doing fractions over and over again. There's going to be fractions on the quiz. You're going to get fraction answers. You're going to deal with fractions. You're going to be fractions. Fractions. This next one, this is not a trick question. It also doesn't involve fractions. It's actually just meant to be an easy question to get correct. So I want you to look at that and I want you to see if you can write down the answer. It is not a trick question. It is a very easy one. This is going to be on the test. It's meant to be an easy question to get correct. So if I have 1 and I take 5 away, how many do I have? Okay, it's meant to be easy, so don't get this one wrong. Hey, Logan, I need you to face front, buddy. If you have 1 and you take 5 away, how much do you have? -4. If you didn't get that, then you need to correct it and you need to make sure that we get this one right on the quiz. The A's just stay. Anybody that got that one incorrect, do you understand how that is the answer? Okay. 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 That's why we wanted to go over it, because we still make mistakes on the easy stuff. I don't want y'all to. That's why we're doing the easy stuff. Flipping it over, this problem should look familiar. Why? Yeah, it was on the last quiz and enough of y'all missed it that it's back. So this question, it says that we've got this formula for temperature, and then it says the temperature is 25 degrees Celsius. That means we're going to plug something in there for the Celsius. So the temperature is equal to 9/5 times 25 plus 32. This is multiplying by a fraction. I don't know if that's the reason why you struggled, but we're going to do it again. Remember, anytime you're dealing with fractions, you always want to check to see if you can reduce. So here, if I'm going to multiply a fraction times a whole number, can I reduce this? Yeah. 5 goes into 25 how many times? 5. And this just becomes a 1. So when I multiply, it's just 9 times 5. Do y'all remember the 9's trick on your hands? Does anybody not know the 9's trick on your hands? You don't know it? No, or you do? Do you know it?
I'm just shaking my head no since he said.
I said no.
You don't know the 9's trick?
I don't know if I remember it.
Okay, so when you hold out your hands, and then if this is 9 times 5, then you count over, starting with the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then it tells you your answer, 45.
That is sneaky.
It's sneaky, but it works. So what is the answer? 45 for this part, but we have to add it to 32. So we have 45 plus 32. Y'all have a calculator. I forgot when you came in. Do you want to go switch your phone for a calculator? Y'all have a calculator. Type it in. What do you get? Huh? Okay, Ty got 77. I need somebody else to get 77 so we can check.
77.
Okay, I got a second one that got a 77. Here's my advice to you with these little calculators, and the same thing with TSI. If you don't want to take the TSI twice, then just type in what you're trying to figure out. Type it in twice just to make sure, because you can't tell if you accidentally pressed a 1 instead of a 2, like the numbers are really close together. So just type things in twice. So we get 77 degrees and it's Fahrenheit. And to get your credit on this practice worksheet, usually everybody gets 100. The only people that don't get 100 are the people that don't write everything down. If all you do is write down answers, you don't make 100. All you got to do is write down the same things I write down. For question 8, if 6a divided by 2 is equal to 12, then a is equal to what? That's a fancy way to say solve for A. So if we want to solve for A, does anybody know what our first step is? Yeah, if we're dividing by 2, well, then we need to take that over and we need to multiply by 2. 12 times 2, what do we get? 24. All right, my last step. If I'm multiplying by 6, then what do I do? Yeah, I will come over here and divide by 6. So I get A is equal to 24 divided by 6. Any questions over 7 or 8? Question 9. Wow, this is a lot like question 8. I'm going to take a minute and I'm going to let you try to solve that one. Y'all don't have assigned seats. You don't have to sit right next to them. In fact, I feel like if you sat in the front row, you would have a lot more leg room. Yes. Yeah, I'll show y'all. It was actually last weekend. I just haven't gotten around to. Yeah, I figured so. 36 divided by 9. What'd y'all get?
4.
36 divided by 9, 4. Okay, you will have 2 of these questions on your quiz. Get them right. The next one, we are multiplying and we got some variables going on. Let's see if we can reduce. All right, we've got R and S. 2 and 4 can definitely reduce. And there's R's. So this, one of those R's will cancel. So this becomes just a 1 and this is a 2R. And then the other direction, oh, the S's will cancel. Those go away. And then 3 can go into 9. How many times? 3. So when we multiply straight across, I get 1 times 3 is 3. 1 times 2R is 2R. We are almost done. We got one more question. There we go. Where did I forget the last question?
You went back.
Oh, no. I know what I did. We were going to take a break and just take 3 deep breaths. It's good for you. You can do eye yoga if you'd like. You can close your eyes. Amir, did you take your deep breaths? Don't lie to me. Do you want to stay for the one last question and then go? Okay.
Smart.
All right, we've got one last question. This is a lot like a question on the last quiz. That's why it's back. A pair of shoes is priced $65 and it's discounted 20%. Determine the sale price of the shoes. So we need to remember that anytime you see discount, what do you have to do? So we have 100 minus 20. That gives me it's actually 80% that we're paying for. So we have 80%, and then that as a decimal is 0.80. We will multiply it by our price. And that will give us our sale price. Sale price, these are shoes, we need money. The dollar sign goes at the beginning. Some of you guys didn't get full credit on the bonus last time because you put the dollar sign at the end or you didn't put it at all. The dollar sign goes at the beginning. So we've got 80.80 or 0.8 times 65. What do you get? 25?
Wait a minute.
Somebody else get that?
Hold on.
Okay,
It's
I'm getting 52.
Yeah, we're getting 52.
52.25?
No, just 52.
52 even?
Yeah, just 52.
That's a good question. I'm gonna double check. 0.8 times 65. Yeah, I got 52 even as well. So that's what I'm saying, Ty. We got to make sure that we type it in 2 times because it's really easy to make mistakes.
Yeah, I did.
I about, but
You were close enough that I thought it was right because 55 sounds about reasonable. Please make sure that it is money. You put the dollar sign first. The passes on the back wall. Avery, you are actually an ISS today. So we are going to get ready